Hi everyone, it's Lisa with InkinInspirations.com. In this video, we're going to be making a corner fold card using the Zany Zebra stamp set from Stampin' Up. So to start, we're going to have a Melon Mambo base, 5.5 by 8.5, and we're just going to match those corners and give it a good crease at 4.25 inches. And now we're going to do some measuring. So the magic numbers for this card are 3 inches and 2 inches. I'm measuring over 3 inches on the top left side, then 2 inches down the left side, and I am going to line up my straight edge there, take my bone folder and give it a good score. I'm going to turn it over on the back, and on that same side, measure over 3 inches and then down 2, and I'm going to score again so that it's just back to back with that front score, and just press good and make a good score. So now I'm going to do some burnishing, folded it back side, and then fold over that corner edge and give it a good crease so that when you open it, you can go ahead and erase your pencil marks, and then you do a mountain fold in, and there's your fun fold. It's just as easy as that. So now for some layers, and I'll have the dimensions up on the screen here. I started with basic black, and I did some cutting on this one as well as this Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper. And so what I did for the Artistry Blooms paper and this Whisper White piece, it is cut at 4 3/4 by 3.5, and I'm doing the measure over 3 inches and down 2 inches. But this time I'm going to draw a line and cut this corner off. So I did this for this white piece that's going to go on the inside of the card, as well as that designer paper piece that's on the top layer on the outside of the card base. So now you can see those are the same size, and then we have two basic black pieces. Those were cut at 4 by 5.25, and I measured over 3 inches and down 2 inches and cut those corners off. Now let's stamp. We've got two of the zebras and some Memento black ink, just a simple stamped card, and this one with its little heels kicking up, and then this one looking over its shoulder. And then I'm going to take my paper snips and fussy cut these out, just leaving a little edge around the image, and I have both of those ready to go. So now let's do the sentiment for the outside. I have a scrap piece of Whisper White, and it's time to celebrate. And I'm just going to simply square cut around this sentiment, just going next to the words and cutting it out so that I can mount it on the front. Okay, so now we have got the front of the card that we can put together. So I'm going to take the designer paper and layer it over that basic black. Just going to use some liquid glue here and mount it over the top there. And it leaves a nice black border around the edge. So now I'm going to take some crinkled seam binding ribbon. I used about 20 to 24 inches here. I was very generous because I wanted to have enough to tie a bow around these two front layers that are going to go onto the card front. So I can tie the bow, and then I can come back and snip the edges if it's a little bit too long. So now to mount the zebra, I decided it needed a backing. So I used two of the square stitched shapes framelets and cut a piece of designer paper in basic black. And so I'm going to mount those one over top the other, and then put the zebra on top of that, the one looking over its shoulder. And then I can glue that onto the front of the card, and that's going to help secure that ribbon as well. So now I'm going to take a little mini dimensional and use a little bit of glue to just pop that up on one side since it's going over those layers. And there we have the front layer ready to go. So let's go ahead and mount it to the front of the card, and then we can work on the inside. So when we open it up, we have these two triangle shapes formed by the fold, and I have a piece of Whisper White cut 2.5 by 1 3/4. And I'm going to match those diagonal corners in that cutting track and slice it down the middle. So I have two triangles there, and I'm going to stamp some sentiments. First of all, that one is going to go in the upper triangle, so I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday along that long edge, and then use that little star stamp to sprinkle some stars around the sentiment. Then I have the bottom triangle, and I'm going to put kick up your heels right there on that bottom straight edge, and then also scatter a few stars around it. Now it's ready to go ahead and glue inside the card on that fancy fold corner, and the triangles fit just right in there. And it's best not to use dimensionals on those for the fold. So now here's my Whisper White piece that I'm going to mount over another basic black. And then that's going to be the inside layers of the card. And I have that other little zebra with its kicking up its heels. And I'm going to mount this one with Stampin' Dimensionals just to make it fun on the inside. So this card is really easy to put together, but it is so cute. I love this fold. And you have room to write your message on the inside there. So now I decided to take some just clear rhinestones and my basic black Stampin' Blends Dark and color 3 of those. And I'm just going to scatter that just for a little bit of interest and bling on the card base. So there you have an easy fun fold card. I hope you will give it a try. If you have any questions, let me know. Visit my website for more details and to find the links to shop. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.